Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Mukakwadash. Double honors, apostles, and elders of Great Stone. Peace and salutation to you, beloved Akim, that is pushing this word as sincerity and truth, with humiliation, all the gospel forwards to you. I salute. This is the brother thsy, one back with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. And I want to get into a brief lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. You know, alright. Don't strive yourself in a matter that doesn't concern you. Don't strive yourself in a matter that doesn't concern you. It's like you're under the weather. Because in these times, you know, pretty much, especially on these on these jobs and other places, you know, for us men of the Lord, ain't wise to get in situations that doesn't concern us in these times. You know, these people waxing worse and worse in their wickedness and their wicked action, wicked ways, wicked thoughts. You know, it's better, you know, we here like we ain't here, and we ignore certain situations. Because if you basically get caught up in situations whereby, because you meddle in it, at the end of the day, you might enter into a position whereby, you know, where you ain't gonna escape by fleeing. All right, don't sit in the judgment of sinners. All right, because people are just wicked. They do wicked shit, and especially women. All right, because, you know, might be woman in the job and other things, jealous over another woman and all kind of shit. You know, it's very important not to get mixed up with nothing, no drama, especially in these day and time. Keep ourselves away from these kind of things. You know, because like I say, people waxing worse and worse a lot in their wickedness, wicked ways. You know, don't put yourself in a situation that could cost you. All right, I get the book of Sirach 11:7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. All right. Understand first and then rebuke. Don't jump to conclusion. All right. Don't just jump to conclusion. It says, blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. You understand the situation first, then you do your then you rebuke. So sometimes you might be getting in situations, let's say your co-worker come to you, tell you about something else, you know, and that same co-worker make it look like she's the innocent one, he or she's the innocent one, and pretty much you don't know what that same co-worker was told to know. You know, might tell you something about what other co-worker do, but they ain't telling you the full story. You know, you how should I say, judge righteous judgment. You know, you want to just cast judgment on situation. You want to understand first and then you rebuke. Because if you don't, you know, you get caught up in a way that make yourself look bad, or cost you, or people hating you for situation you put yourself in. All right, it says, blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, understand and then rebuke. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. Strive not in a matter that concern thee not, and sit not in the judgment with sinners. All right, don't strive yourself in a matter that doesn't concern you, especially in these times. You know, our eyes got to be more single, and we got to be sober. We got to be vigilant more than ever. All right, you got to identify Satan in situations. You know, sometimes we see certain situation, we have to have the mindset like, boy, fuck it, I ain't getting into that. Where whatever it might be, family member or whatever, some things you just don't get into, and especially dealing with situation with women, don't get yourself in that, because emotional, delusional. I'm telling you, because I work around them. All right, the best thing to do is to just don't get in nobody's situation. You know, you there like you weren't there. You know, that's the mindset you gotta have. Stay away from people, boy. Stay away from people. You know, these women don't have no accountability. When they do shit, all right, what they say? When they do shit, that's what they do. Let me show you. They ain't have no accountability. All right, check this out. Proverbs 30:20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and said, I have done no wickedness. So they throw, sometimes they throw rocks and say, but I ain't do that. You know, you got to be mindful of these things. It be on your job, it could be family members. So, yeah, you have to be mindful of these things. All right, especially with women. They fucking wicked, boy. They ain't have no accountability for their actions. It says, strive not in the matter that concern thee not, and sit not in the judgment with sinners. All right, because these people are just a bunch of sinners. They wicked. They come in the house in the morning. They don't pray. They serving Jesus. They eating shrimp, crab, lobster. They doing all kind of wicked, living a wicked, abominable lifestyle, doing wicked shit to people, talking about people. You know. So, hey, when judgment being handed out, you don't want to be around them or get caught up with them. All right, you don't want to get caught up in certain things what doesn't concern you. That's why it's best to stay out. You know, trust me, it's best to stay out. Because what? Verse 10, Sirach 11:10. My son, meddle not with many mothers. It says, if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain, neither shalt thou escape by fleeing. You see that? Neither shalt thou escape by fleeing. Because sometimes you get caught up in situation, you know, listening to people. And sometimes, you know, it's be far than what people say it actually is. You know, especially dealing with women's situation. Especially on, like I say, on the job and other things. Especially on the job. You know, I work around females. And boy, and this is the worst I ever seen it. You know, this generation, they fucking emotional bad. You know, and they ain't have no accountability. Look at the niggas they choose. Weak niggas. I was like, wow. It's like, ain't much real man out there. Like, the real man who's serving your but shimmy out shy. Alright? A lot of these niggas see feminine, soft, but look at the niggas they choose who they can control. You know? But, hey, at the end of the day, you don't want to get caught up in situation that doesn't concern you. To basically cause yourself and cause hatred to come from other people because you involve yourself in something that doesn't make no sense. You see, you got to be mindful of these things. You know, there's a term. When you hate humans, that's the kind of mindset I come down to. You know, that's to stay away from people, but you know, stay away from them. You know, stay away from them because they walks and works. Remember, a lot of these people in this day and time don't want morals, principles, values, nothing. They ain't got no standard. We setting the standard. All right, the Lord positioned us in these areas to set the standard for Him, to show people how to live. So we gotta conduct ourselves accordingly in a certain way. We can't be like these people. We walk in the newness of life. So hey, you know, the scriptures say walk in wisdom toward them that are without. So we applying these scriptures to our life is important in these last days. These scriptures give us a guideline on how to live around these evil people. You know, they don't serve the Lord, they serve Jesus. You see, so it's a very important to not to meddle in certain situations or get caught up in certain things in this day and time. All right, Satan trying to he like a roaring lion seeking who they may devour, finding any ways to come at you. All right, and you could get caught up in something. People develop hatred for you, or something you just open your mouth because of, or something what maybe a co-worker said. You know, you interject and you have your part to play. You know what I mean? They coming you with the co-worker will come in and complain and come with a side story trying to make the other co-worker look like You know, yeah, they wrong in the situation. Whereas that same co-worker doing all the talking and sad story, she's the damn wicked, evil one. You know, and that's just, you know, an aspect on when it comes to women. Women like the defect and don't like accountability. So as for us believers, stay away from these kind of people and their wicked actions. Okay? But yeah, man, I just want to bring out your spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashah. Yeah, man, shalom.